Welcome to WM classes. Today's topic of discussion would be consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. What is consumer surplus? So, consumer surplus is nothing more than when people are paying something less. What is happening? People are paying something less than that they are willing to pay. They are set to obtain consumer surplus. So, in a situation, people are willing to pay, say, 200. So, even if rupees 200 has to be paid, the consumer will buy that thing. But when the consumer goes to the shopkeeper and asks for the price, the shopkeeper would say it will cost you rupees 100. Now, since the consumer was willing to pay 200, but now he is paying only 100 because rupees 100 is the market price, this surplus of rupees 100 would be consumer surplus, and this would give immense happiness to anybody, because when we are willing to pay more for something but in actual we are paying less, then that gives us a satisfaction, that gives us a happiness, and that saves us some money, which is known as consumer surplus. Okay, when people pay less than they are willing to pay, they are set to obtain consumer surplus. Let us also understand this by a figure. Let us draw the two axes, x axis and y axis, a point of origin and a demand curve. This is the demand curve D, and let's assume this is the market price. So, what does this demand curve show us? This demand curve is showing us that even at this price, there will be some consumers who are willing to buy this much quantity of the good. Okay, so at this price, this much consumers are willing, and simultaneously at different points, different quantity of goods would be purchased by the consumer. Now, let's assume OP is the market price. This market price has been determined by the demand and supply forces. Now, at this price, market price OP, the consumer would be willing to buy OQ quantity. Okay, this much quantity will be bought by the consumers, different consumers in the market at this price, right? And they will pay total value equal to OPEQ. This value would be paid in the market to the sellers, while total value is measured by what they are willing to pay for the commodity. Now, how much amount were they willing to pay? All the consumers in the market, they were willing to pay ODEQ. This much amount, the entire amount, they were willing to pay at different prices, different quantities were being demanded. Now, this difference between ODEQ minus OPEQ is actually the consumer surplus. So, where would be the consumer surplus in this figure? Let me mark it with a different color. So, this area under this triangle DPE is the consumer surplus, because this is actually the value which the consumers were also willing to pay, but since the market price was settled at level OP, they had to pay only OPEQ level of amount. So, triangle DPE is the consumer's surplus. Consumer surplus is measured the area which is above the market price and below the demand curve. I hope it is clear. Thank you so much.